We are speaking to Johnny Dowell, otherwise
Who's
known
that?
as King Nerd.
Thanks, guys. Nice to meet you.
Johnny, great to have you join OT for a chat. How's everything going with you?
Everything's good. Everything's good. You know, despite the pandemic and being locked up indoors, it's not too bad.
Etc.
Who are Purdey Sons?
They're shotgun and rifle makers. So the best way to describe them in that world of shooting, they are basically the Rolls-Royce or Bentley. That's how high up they are. Over their 200-year history, they've done everything. And they offered me an apprenticeship, and basically you have a 3-month probation. So whilst you're in that 3 months, you have someone who's teaching you, but they can basically tell whether you're going to be able to do something like this or not, just in those 3 months. And if you do pass that 3 months, you then will be taught for 5 years. I don't know about you guys, but whenever I thought of engraving, I just thought of, sort of jewelry engraving, on rings and someone's names, stuff like that. But
Phone numbers on pet tags.
yeah, but you've seen some of the Purdey stuff. It's very detailed. People have portraits and animals, and so yeah,
Incredible. And now you've got a habit for ruining watches. I'm just kidding, but you've done something more recently, which is a series of 6 Submariners.
What you see in those watches, I had thought of that idea several years ago, and at that time I didn't have the money to be able to just run with it, so it kind of just sort of went to the back of my mind, and I never did it. And then this guy Phil, who you'll know of, he had a similar idea, and basically we just happened to connect over social media, and we both realized we had this very similar idea, and it just went from there, really.
You don't just do watches. Something I find that I find myself drawn to maybe even more than your big sort of scale watch work are your coins.
That sort of came about by chance. When I was in Purdey's, I'd have a couple of coins, a little bit of spare time, and I just thought, I'm going to put a hat and a spliff in the Queen's mouth and throw it out there, or a cigar or something like that. And I went to the shop and I had my first coin that I had engraved in my pocket, and I completely forgot it was in there. And then I paid for something with that coin, and then I only realized I realized like a day later, I was like, where's that coin gone?
You've engraved all sorts of things, and I don't think we're going to have time to dip into all of them, but we'll link up your profile, which will show it all. But you did a very, very cool Leica M6.
Oh, here we go.
Tell me about that. Paint a picture.
Yeah, that's one of my favorite projects, just because I love Leica, and I just really enjoyed doing it, and it was just different. Again, it was down that path that I always want to take. It's the way I want to push myself forward, is by doing things that people haven't done or don't do, or something that people are going to say, oh, I'd love to have that, because not everyone can have a Purdey shotgun.
Guys, full episode with Johnny, aka King Nerd, drops this Friday, 6 a.m. Australian Eastern Standard Time. Make sure you're following and subscribed to OT the Podcast on your platform of choice.
You can do that by heading to otpodcast.com.au or follow us on Instagram, ot.podcast.
We'll see you guys Friday.